Do you know the Battle of Manzikert? In the 11th century, Anatolia stood at the crossroads of two great powers. The Byzantine Empire sought to preserve its dominance over the region, while the Seljuk Turks, advancing from the east, were searching for new lands to settle. This tension eventually culminated in one of the most decisive battles in world history, the Battle of Manzikert. The Seljuk Sultan Alp Arslan, while campaigning in the east, learned that the Byzantine Emperor Romanos IV Diogenes had assembled a massive army to confront him. This army was not made up solely of Byzantine soldiers, but also included mercenaries from various regions, Normans, Franks, and others. Although large in number, the loyalty of these mercenaries was questionable and would later prove critical. The atmosphere before the battle. When Alp Arslan gathered his forces on the plains of Manzikert, his army was significantly smaller than that of the Byzantines. The Seljuks had around 50,000 well-disciplined troops, while Byzantine forces are estimated by some sources to have reached nearly 200,000. Despite this numerical disadvantage, the Seljuks possessed great mobility and mastery of steppe warfare. On the eve of the battle, Alp Arslan dressed in white robes symbolizing a burial shroud. He addressed his soldiers with words that entered history. "I am going into battle wearing my shroud. Today we shall either be victorious or we shall become martyrs." These words deeply inspired his men, filling them with courage and determination. The battle begins. On August 26, 1071, the two armies clashed. At first glance, the Byzantines appear to hold the advantage with their vast numbers and heavy infantry. But Alp Arslan relied on strategy rather than brute force. He employed the famous hit-and-run steppe tactic, known as the Turan tactic. The Seljuks feigned retreat, pretending to flee in disarray. The Byzantines, believing victory was at hand, pursued them eagerly. But this was the trap Alp Arslan had set. Suddenly, Seljuk horse archers turned back, surrounding the Byzantines and showering them with arrows. The collapse of the Byzantine army. The trap worked perfectly. Confusion spread within the Byzantine ranks. To make matters worse, many of the mercenaries abandoned the battlefield or even betrayed the Byzantines at critical moments. The once mighty Byzantine army fell into disarray. As the day wore on, the Byzantine forces were completely broken. Their emperor, Romanos IV Diogenes, found himself captured by the Seljuks, a stunning and humiliating outcome for the empire. The fate of the emperor. When Romanos was brought before Alp Arslan, he expected harsh treatment, perhaps even execution. But the Seljuk Sultan displayed extraordinary magnanimity. According to accounts, Alp Arslan asked him, "If I had been captured by you, how would you have treated me?" The Byzantine emperor replied honestly, "Perhaps I would have killed you." Alp Arslan then responded with greatness of spirit, "But I will not do the same. I will treat you with honor." He spared Romanos's life and later released him. This act of mercy became a symbol of Alp Arslan's justice and nobility. The consequences. The Battle of Manzikert was far more than a simple military victory. It became a turning point in world history. With the Byzantine defeat, the gates of Anatolia were opened to the Turks. Soon after, Turkish tribes began settling across the region, transforming Anatolia into their new homeland. For the Byzantine Empire, the defeat was catastrophic. The loss not only weakened their military strength, but also shattered their prestige. From that point forward, Byzantium steadily declined in influence, while the Seljuks rose as a dominant power in the region. The victory at Manzikert laid the foundation for the later establishment of the Anatolian Seljuk state, and in the long term paved the way for the rise of the Ottoman Empire. In this sense, August 26, 1071, was not just a date of triumph, it was the beginning of a new era, one in which the destiny of Anatolia forever changed. Thus, the Battle of Manzikert stands as a decisive event in history, the moment when the Seljuks secured their place in Anatolia, shaping the course of Middle Eastern and European history for centuries to come.